What is up, Six Pack Shortcuts? It's Thomas Delauer, and it's been a while since I've done a video for you all, but you asked and you shall receive. What are the two most popular things going on right now in the fitness industry and in the diet world? Ketosis and intermittent fasting. So Six Pack Shortcuts asked me to start dropping some science bombs on you so that you can get a solid education and know what to apply and what to do in the world of both ketosis, but also intermittent fasting. So today, I want to talk about both. So first and foremost, what is intermittent fasting? All right, intermittent fasting, generally speaking, it's where we're going 16 hours of not eating with an 8-hour eating window. Basically, in brief, what it's doing for you is it's increasing growth hormone levels, it's helping hormone stability, helping testosterone levels out, but it's also increasing your insulin sensitivity so that you can absorb more of what you take in. So what I wanted to relay over to you is how do you combine a ketogenic approach, okay, eating high fat, low carb, while doing an intermittent fasting style diet? It's a question that I get asked all the time. You see, when you're fasting already, your liver is producing something called beta-hydroxybutyrate. Okay, that is a ketone body. So whether or not you're in ketosis or not, while you're fasting, your body's producing ketones. That's why, quite honestly, you usually feel really good and energetic while you're fasting. But when you break your fast, you can continue the ride of that beta-hydroxybutyrate. See, we've got to remember, our bodies run on fats at 9 calories per gram and carbs at 4 calories per gram. So you do the math. If you can get your body to utilize fats for fuel, it's like running on jet fuel. Sure, it's great for the gains. Sure, it's great for all that. But what it's really good for is feeling good, honestly. And if you feel good, you can train harder. So here's what I recommend. If you're in ketosis, where you're eating low carb, high fat, break your fast with just a small amount of protein first, okay? No fats at all. Why are you gonna do this? Because the first thing that you eat when you break a fast, your body's gonna be very sensitive to. And most of the time, if people are in a ketogenic diet where they're eating low carb, high fat, the first meal they're going to eat is both high fat and high protein, simply because they're trying to get it all, they're hungry. But I encourage you to take a strong stance against just engorging yourself in food. Basically, what you wanna do is simply have a piece of chicken or a simple protein shake to break that fast. What that's gonna do is that's gonna cause your insulin levels to temporarily come up, and then they're gonna stabilize. So then 30 minutes or 60 minutes later, then you can start introducing the fats. That's what's really important. And if you're in ketosis, you should also have some longer intervals in between meals, even during your 8-hour window. So it looks something kind of like this. Okay, your last meal of the previous day maybe is at 8 p.m., okay? You go to bed at 8 p.m. You get up in the morning, you're hungry, but you don't eat. You drink some water, you drink some green tea, maybe you drink a little bit of black coffee. And then you go throughout the day. And then when you're getting close to the 16-hour period, okay, when you would normally start to break your fast, you start thinking about going to the gym and doing some training, okay? You go and you work out, and then at the end of your training, you're essentially breaking your fast with a protein shake. Okay, at that point, you've got double the insulin sensitivity. You've been fasting, so your body's ready to just grab on and absorb whatever you take in, but then you're also insulin sensitive because you just worked out, which means you've got double whammy. You're gonna absorb a lot more. But don't consume fat at this point because your body's gonna want to absorb that too. We need to save that as a fuel source for later. So then 30, 60 minutes later, have a full meal, okay? Protein and fat. Then do not eat for 2 hours. Strictly, don't munch on anything. Another protein, fat meal at that point. Then a strict another 2 to 3 hours, protein and fat again. It's very important that even during your eating window, that you don't consistently graze. And I'll explain in another video, but it has to do with the constant balance of insulin and glucagon. We want this kind of up and down because when your body's in that down phase, that's when the fat burning kicks in extra hard. See, it all comes back down to that same old beta-hydroxybutyrate that your liver is producing. And in the upcoming videos, I'm gonna explain how you can time your training, but also where your macronutrients should be. Like what kind of ratio, how many grams of fat, how many grams of protein when you're in ketosis, but also when you're intermittent fasting. You see, here are a couple other little benefits you get out of eating in that 8-hour window. You have heightened sex drive, a lot more libido, simply because your body is able to synthesize hormones at a much faster rate. Okay? You're also finding that you're getting a lot more strength. Why? Because your body has the ability to synthesize ATP during that short eating window. In a sense, the fasting resets your body enough to almost rebound, sort of like a rubber band that you're pulling back and then rebounding it. As long as you capitalize and eat the right foods during your eating window, you can get a heck of a lot done. But definitely make sure you post your comments below with questions that you have and things that you want to hear when it comes to intermittent fasting. Because this video is sort of serving as a reintroduction of myself back into the Six Pack Shortcuts crew. I'm back from additional research and back from additional schooling on all this stuff so I can bring it to you. I will see you in the next SPS video.